I'm Melissa Laurandeau. I am the administrator of Marquis Hope Village Memory Care. Kind of been a long journey. I've been with Marquis now for just about 8 years, and I started out as a scheduler in the home health side of things and have just kind of been climbing up the ladder since then. I did admissions and care coordination, and I worked at Marquis, Oregon City for about 5 years prior to coming here, and they have an Alzheimer's and dementia unit as well.
Yeah.
And it's kind of found my calling for taking care of the folks with a little bit higher cognitive care needs, and so was given an opportunity to help open this facility here on this campus, and it's been incredible. So we are open just over a year. We opened August of last year, mid-pandemic and all, opened the doors. And we are the newest addition to the Hope Village campus, so giving ourselves, the campus, a more well-rounded levels of care. So we're start to finish. We have everything on campus from rehab and long-term care, nursing, skilled nursing, and assisted living, and now memory care as well, all right here on campus. Yeah, we were slated to open in April of 2020. Right. And so obviously we saw some hiccups with that, with everything that happened in March of last year. But it turned out to be kind of a blessing in disguise. Our interview, we talked last summer about how just having this building here, during all of that, craziness where there are so many unknowns and so many things, kind of moving parts, we were able to use this facility as kind of a housing facility for folks that were helping us with the COVID outbreak, and keeping our staff able to help our residents as they needed, and also keep them safe and their families safe, so they weren't going home back and forth. And it was kind of a unique opportunity that we had, but it turned out to be pretty good. And then once we got that all cleared up, we were able to just hit the ground running and start letting people come in and move some folks in. So we're a little over half full. Primarily, I mean, the Hope Village campus is unique in itself in that we do offer all levels of care here, and the memory care being the newest addition, it's been a really kind of a neat opportunity for me to, dementia happens at all different levels of care. There's all different stages of it, and not everyone that has dementia needs memory care, but to help staff across the campus kind of learn better techniques and better opportunities on how to care for someone with dementia, and have not only more success for their shift, but a better opportunity and experience for that person, that resident, whether it's short-term or permanent here. So our goal here is really to create an experience for our residents that is as normal as possible, and normal as whatever that means to them, wherever they're at in their stage of dementia. Whatever they're good at right now, whatever is important to them is what we focus on. So everyone's experience here is different. It's very tailored to what their needs are. Prior to someone moving in, we spend a lot of time with their families and get to know kind of who they used to be, what happened since their diagnosis, what kind of journey they've had, things that the families have experienced, good and bad. And we want to know those things so that we can kind of help tailor what their environment here is going to look like. Everybody's activities are a little bit different. Everybody's, day-to-day is a little bit different based on what they're able to do. But our goal ultimately is to find a way to give them purpose. And regardless of what your cognitive level is, that's everybody's kind of baseline, is you need a purpose in life. So finding something that, means something to them, something meaningful, something they used to do, maybe they can't do it anymore, but can we adapt it in a way that they can be fulfilled by doing those things? So we kind of dig in pretty deep before someone moves in and make sure that we have an idea anyway. And then, over the course of the first month or so, we get to learn a lot about them. And as they decline and progress through the diagnosis, we just keep adapting and making sure that they feel like their life is worth something. The staff that I have here are incredible. They're a whole nother level of caregiver for sure, because you're right, this is a very vulnerable population. This is a group of folks that can't necessarily make their needs known, or what comes out of their mouth isn't necessarily what they mean. So being able to be proactive instead of reactive, and to understand their life so thoroughly that they don't even have to tell you things and you know what they mean. It's a different level of care for sure, but it's definitely a passion to be able to help somebody that is so vulnerable and such an easily forgotten population. Overlooked.
Yeah.
It becomes really difficult when someone can't make their needs known or they become a challenge in any way. But to bring them in and help them thrive, it's probably the most rewarding level that you could really get into. It's been a unique experience, to say the least. Challenging, of course. I mean, there's been so many different things that have come up, and it creates so many things. We crave some normalcy. But we rise to the challenge, and it's amazing how resilient human beings can be. And we found ways to make it work. You know, for a long time we couldn't have families come in here, and we had to be creative, and having folks visit through a window when you don't really understand that barrier or why you have to do that. It created a whole new network of challenges. But like I said, my staff is incredible, and the amount of training that we've done with them and help them kind of figure out how to approach and redirect, it's been as best as we could do, for sure. And we've had a lot of success. I'm the worst person to ask this because I can't get through it without crying. I get super emotional. Maybe we'll ask my staff one of those stories, because they're much better at like holding it together. But no, it is. There are so many moments that just kind of make your day around here, and it's something that I go home and I talk to my family about, or even coworkers on the other side of campus, is when it gets really hard in this office, and all the different changes and all the different things. It's amazing to me how much stress relief I can get by leaving and going and spending time in the back. We're with my residents and just sitting with them, doing an activity, getting on the floor with my caregivers and helping them kind of get through their dinner shift or whatever they're trying to do, and create kind of a little bit of help for them. But just sitting and chatting with them, or having families come and visit, and like we all sit down together and talk. A really rewarding part of this too is, a lot of families really struggle to understand what's going on with their loved one, and how to maintain a meaningful relationship with someone they know so well that's changing so drastically. And so we really focus on families a lot too, and so we spend a lot of time with sons and daughters and spouses, and this is who your loved one is now. These are things that you can do and say to help foster a relationship with them, even as they start to forget you. It doesn't mean you have to go away, or that you can't have a meaningful conversation or valuable time with them. So really coaching families through that is pretty incredible.
That's amazing.
We are open for tours. You just have to be screened at the front. like everywhere else you go. We'll take your temperature, but you're welcome to come in and take a walk with us, show you around the facility. You'll probably bump into a resident or two as they're walking around. But if you are interested with getting more information without a tour, you can go to our website, marquiscompanies.com, find a facility, and you can click on the memory care link and find out all of our services, our rates, and there's also a link to a virtual tour. So you can kind of see what's going on without having to come in, or if you're interested in coming in, get a preview.